Hello everyone. So let's begin 3.5, drafting a virtual message. Okay, so icebreakers. Given below is a two-way communication cycle or the process of communication. So you have a sender and a receiver. Okay, so the sender transcribes and conveys. The message has to be very clear. No miscommunication. Very important, first of all. Okay, so you convey a message. So there's encoding, and when the message is received by the other person, there's a decoding. Okay, it is interpreted. So you have to interpret the conveyed message. So sometimes, during transmission there can be interference, like some noise, etc. And feedback is extremely important. Response. So, you send a message, that person reads it and the person responds to it. That means it's a complete cycle of communication. One cycle of communication is over. So feedback, encoding, message, decoding, receiver, noise, or directly sends a feedback, and then it is complete. So if there's a noise, then it can be interference. Then it has to be again redone. So this sometimes the cycle goes on if it's not clear then. Now people send messages to others for different purposes. Mention at least 5 purposes. So normally why do we send messages? Sometimes we just forward messages. Sometimes we thank a person. कभी-कभी हम किसी को wish करना है, किसी को congratulate करना है, express feelings. Or sometimes something has happened. Oh, there was a fire here. Oh, there's a lockdown there. Or there is a curfew in this area. Something has happened. So we want to inform the receiver about the facts or events. Okay. Okay, today classes are not there. Classes are there. So for information also, to express feelings, to wish, to congratulate, to thank. So these are the different reasons, purposes for which messages are generally sent. Now, messages types. It can be formal, it can be informal. Now you already know what are formal letters, no? We have written formal letters and the informal letters. So formal means when you're sending to offices, you're sending to some institution, you're writing to a teacher, you're writing to your principal. These are all formal messages. You're written for some formal. It's a formal way of writing. Now it is informal. So informal means where you're writing to parents, you're writing, it's written for parents or friends or siblings, cousins, social media. This is informal. Hi. We can hear, you have to be very formal. Start with a good morning. Without wishing, you cannot write to your teacher. You should always wish good morning, good afternoon. So it's important to know the difference between. So this is a tree diagram, see. Let's read through this, okay? Communication is an integral part of human nature. Man is a social animal. Without communicating, we can't survive. We need to talk. We need to communicate. Exchange of ideas, thoughts, and information from one person to another is communication. As the most intelligent animal on the planet, humans have derived different communication processes to express themselves and understand each other. Before the advent of oral communication, non-verbal methods were used, such as gestures, facial expressions, and movements. On broader terms, communication can be in various forms. You can have oral, written, virtual messages. We'll read in detail what they are. A message is an informal means of communication. The receiver of the message has to go through the given message and pick out the most vital bits of information. Then he or she should be able to reproduce that information in order to convey it to the person for whom it is intended. Sometimes we get messages that today there is no class. Now the message is not for me, it may be for my brother, my sister, somebody. Then I have to convey that message to them. Okay, so there's a way how you convey those messages also. So you have to reproduce that information and then to convey it. Now there are 4 main types of messages: positive messages, negative messages, neutral, persuasive. Positive means it will be all good things, good feelings through thanks, appreciation, expression of interest, sympathy, and extended help. Solace means after reading this there is a smile on your face, you feel very nice. Now comes your negative messages. They convey disappointment, disapproval, dissatisfaction, messages of disapproval. I am sorry to say that I don't like your this behavior. So these are all negative messages, where the person is not very happy. Sorry to hear that, sorry to say that, I am disappointed, I am not pleased. There's a disagreement, there's a denial, there's a refusal, cancellation. Then these are the negative messages which convey negative. So negative messages will convey the negative thoughts. Neutral messages. Neutral means neither positive nor negative. No feelings, no emotions, no sentiments, just dry messages. Messages showing neither joy nor sorrow. Messages that do not draw any conclusion. Many times day to day, we get so many messages. We just read, okay, and we forward it. We don't really get affected so much. There's no feelings and all behind it, okay? Now you have the persuasive messages, which are you have to be after a person. You persuade the person to do something. So you have to rewrite again. So act that communicates persuasively, agreement on the writer's point of view, and use of convincing language. You are persuading, that you will repeat some things again and again. And there the language has to be very convincing. Now what is virtual communication? We know what is oral communication is talking, spoken English, written is all your writing skills. Now what is virtual communication? We define virtual communication as a mode of communication that includes the use of technology, audio and video to communicate with people who are not physically present in front of us. People can be in the next room, other floor, in neighborhood, or even miles away. Nowadays we have this virtual classroom, correct? That way. Although virtual communication started way back with the intervention of telephone, advent of webcams, video conferencing, and instant communication made virtual communication a big hit. So it started initially, even when we were talking on telephone, the person was not in front of us. Okay, so that time also it was there. Then webcams were there where we could see the person on Skype and talk and communicate. Then video conferencing. Today we use virtual communication in almost every walk of life, within family, friends and office, to name a few. There are many more. Today we will learn more about virtual communication and explore why it has become one of the most popular ways of communication. In addition, we give a sneak preview of some of the best virtual communication tools used across the world. 6 major types of messages. First, directional messages, means you're giving a direction, what you should do and what you should not do. Then messages of possibility, messages of reality, messages of necessity. New idea messages, reframing messages. Now, what's a directional message? What you should do. Sometimes messages are directional. They give us a point of view on the best way to achieve a certain goal. For example, being happier, means how to be happy, how to make more money, how to improve your relationship. So these are all directional messages. Then you have messages of possibility. Any kind of message, another kind of message is the kind of message that says something else is possible. Okay, this is not happening, so try out something new. So that's a message where the other possibilities are given to you. No matter how stuck or hopeless or helpless we feel, there is always a pathway to reclaim our power with mindfulness, love and simplicity. Always. Which we might distill down to. Distillation ka word they used here. No matter how stuck you feel, there's always a way. So if you are in that bad mood and then you get a message something like this. No matter how stuck you feel. Means किसी भी चीज में कहीं पे फंसा हो तो there is a way out. जैसे वो मैसेज आ जाता है ना, you feel a little positive inside. You feel nice. It's a very powerful message. Okay? Now messages of reality. Sometimes the message is about how things really are. They are clarifying messages, mini maps that help direct people from confusion to clarity. Sometimes we suffer because we don't really see the world for how it is, and someone who can tell it like it is and reset our expectations about the possibilities and limitations of certain approaches will always engender trust. It's a mini map. It will tell you that what you are doing, this is not the real thing. Sometimes people live in a life of fantasy. Oh, this is very simple. Oh, that if I do that business, I'm going to most of the people will tell you that, oh, you should go and do this business, or you should do that business, or you should do this work, or you should take this career. Now there'll be some who will give you messages which are real, the real world ka, not in a very fantasy world. जो actually in reality, what is it? The true picture is given to you. And sometimes, you start trusting that person. Okay. So those are messages of reality, how things really are. Like if people say that, oh, nowadays engineering, it's no use doing engineering. So, like these comments you'll definitely hear. Okay, what is the use of doing this particular? Why are you pursuing this career? Or why are you taking up science? Why are you taking up arts? So there's always a reality. And then people who really know it will send you messages of reality. So if you trust them, then you will have more thoughts, more clarity of what you are doing. So it will help you to move. It will direct you from confusion to clarity. You become more clear about things. Messages of necessity. We need to. So another kind of message is more of a call to arms for people. It is not just a message of what's possible or what's real, but what's required of us to get what we want. So we need to be more broad-minded. We need to be more open-minded. We need to be more patient. We need to improve our communication skills. So these are all messages of necessity which you can pass on to people or you may receive from others. New idea messages. Some messages are based on ideas that people may never have considered before. Messages with novel ideas, opinions, suggestions, views are sent with much excitement. And so supposing, like for example, I have a friend who is a very good cook. And she loves to cook. She loves to try out new dishes. So if I send her a message that why don't you start it like a business? Why don't you start catering business? So that is a new idea message. Maybe something that she never considered before. that way. Reframing messages means you reframe the message. Some messages are about taking aspects of our life that we might have framed as weaknesses or bad and framing them as strengths and assets. Or something we thought was bad is actually good. Or something we always thought was good is bad. Something we thought was ugly is actually beautiful. You know? So if reframing messages is, if there's a person who has some negative thoughts, you have to reframe, you'll have to send messages to change those thoughts. So if that person writes to you something, oh, this is my weakness, oh this, so then we write to them back, we reframe it, we say that no, this is what you think, this weakness is not actually a weakness, it's your strength, so you must work on it. So that's a reframing messages. So conclusion. With so many options of virtual communication tools available within a click, it definitely makes our lives easier. Nowadays, the ability of communicating virtually and instantly or sharing our information in seconds is very crucial. Virtual communication is creating a communication environment which is cost effective, time saving and accessible 24/7, 24 hours, 7 days of the week, 24/7. Communication has evolved in the last few decades and very soon virtual communication will be the base of communication in future. We will see a range of new products and technologies which will assist in making our virtual communication more easy and quick. Invention of telephone created the path of communication, and today virtual communication has taken over everything. With many advantages and features, people across the world have access to multiple virtual communication tools, which is making their life easy and comfortable. So when we started off teaching online, we were wondering how can we as a teacher sit at home and teach students who are all sitting in different places. Sometimes we have your volunteers or teachers are sitting in different parts, different states, different countries, and still today it is possible. So today it doesn't matter where you are, you can still have access to learning. So a teacher sitting in Bombay now, if I make videos, even the remotest areas, children who don't even attend schools, even they can have access to it. So you can just click and you get all the information. So it's something which maybe earlier nobody thought of, but today circumstances have made us do things which we thought was impossible, but it's all possible today. Message writing. With mobile virtually in every hand, be it a student of secondary or higher secondary, standard or a housewife, writing message seems a remote possibility. I think I'll continue this in the next video, okay?